What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. In the last episode, we finished up the cave ordeals and got ourselves all 60 postals. So you know what that means in this episode? Well, we're gonna go pay our good old buddy Giovanni a visit and see what our reward is, and then go directly to Hyrule Castle. So you know what? To save some time, I will see you guys at Giovanni's house. Alright, so here we are. Let's get our reward, because I mean, 60 postals over the course of the entire game, that's a tall order. It better be something good, dude. And hey, Giovanni's back to normal. He looks a lot different, too. You did it! Look at me! I'm back to my old self again. Thanks to you, everything in my life is coming up roses. Ha ha ha! Oh, of course. I need to thank you. Please accept this. And he gives us a silver rupee, which of course is worth 200 rupees. Alright, I need to let my girlfriend know that I'm back. So that silver rupee that he gave us isn't actually all that we get from completing this side quest, although the rest of it, there's still a little bit more work to be done. So like Giovanni said, he's going to go and visit his girlfriend. Now, if you leave the house and go back in, Giovanni will be gone, but his cat will still be there. And if you talk to his cat, it's going to ask you to go and find Giovanni and figure out where he went. So, if we do that and then talk to the cat again, every time we talk to the cat, it will give us another silver rupee. So, we need to go and find Giovanni because we need some rupees. And it just so happens that Giovanni is at Telma's bar, so let's head inside. We'll talk to him real quick and then get some rupees. Now, admittedly, this reward doesn't have much of a use this late into the game, but we can make use of it at least once before we go to the next area. So what's up, Giovanni? Wah, wah, wah. Oh, he seems sad. I hadn't seen her in a while, and she started dating another man. Wah, oh, wah, oh. Aw, poor guy. First he was turned to gold, and then his girlfriend dumps him. So sad. Although it's not too bad for us because now we have a way of getting unlimited rupees, so let's just go back to Giovanni's place, talk to that cat, and get ourselves another 200 rupees. Now the reason I actually want the money is because we kinda need to resupply. Like, while we were in the cave ordeals, we kind of exhausted our supply of bombs and arrows, so I want to make sure we're pretty well stocked up before we go to the next area. And this is like the easiest way to get money now, so let's just dig inside his house and talk to that cat. Now, if you do actually want to like max out your wallet for whatever reason, all you gotta do is re-enter and exit this room and just keep talking to the cat. Oh, it's you! I see. So my master got dumped, huh? Well, I guess it goes to show that for humans, it's all about the money. I guess that means we don't need any more money, so you can take it all. Alright, so there we go, another 200 rupees, and that should be good enough for now. Like, I really don't see a need to max out my wallet, so instead, we'll take what we have and just do a little shopping and restock and stuff like that. And then I promise we will go to Hyrule Castle. Like, this is our absolute last delay. Like, I know I've been putting it off for a little while, but now we're just about ready to do it. So, let's head over to the Castle Town Malamar because that should have everything that we need. And, you know what, to speed things up, I guess I will just cut out my shopping, and I will see you guys when I'm done. Okay, so we're all done shopping. We got ourselves a ton of bombs and a ton of arrows, so we are well equipped and we should be good to go. Let's just head up towards Hyrule Castle now. And there's going to be a pretty long cutscene, so I'll let you guys enjoy this. So yeah, Midna used her ancient magic to break the barrier around Hyrule Castle. And check it out, here's our friend the Golden Wolf. So, what do you say we learn ourselves the last hidden skill? And then of course afterwards, we'll learn a little bit about our Golden Wolf friend as well. Alright, so, what do you got for us this last and final time, my friend? At last, the time is now. This is the 7th and final hidden skill that I can pass on to you. This forgotten skill is the ultimate secret technique, and it tests the true courage of the one who wields it. Do you wish to master this final hidden skill, which can be earned only by the one true hero? Heck yeah, very well. Then before we begin, I will test you to ensure you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the jump strike. Now then, come at me. Alright, so we know the deal, let's just do a jump strike real quick, and done. How is that for proof? Excellent, it appears you are certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well, my final hidden skill is the Great Spin. Let it be hewn into your mind. Alright, so the Great Spin obviously is an upgraded version of our spin attack, and it's freaking sweet. You have at your disposal the basic sword technique known as the spin attack. You have mastered numerous hidden skills and now house the spirit of the true hero. You now have in you the ability to magnify the power of your spin attack. But the only time you can draw out that power is when your life energy is brimming full. Now, try unleashing the spin attack on me. Alright, so to do this technique, all we have to do is do a normal spin attack at full HP. So, let's do it. And there we go, that's it. No, really, that's all there is to it. It's that easy. Impressive. I will repeat this once more. You can only perform this technique when your life energy is brimming full. Remember this. The final hidden skill, the Great Spin, has been passed on. Alright, so there we go. We got our last hidden skill. Sweet! And the Great Spin is actually pretty useful. You have at last mastered all of the hidden skills. Although I accepted life as the hero, I could not convey the lessons of that life to those who came after. At last, I have eased my regrets. You, who have marched through countless foes, each mightier than the last. You, who now gazes to the future with vision unclouded. Surely you can restore Hyrule to its stature of yore as the chosen land of the gods. Farewell. Go, and do not falter, my child. And that's sort of why I wanted to wait until now to talk about this character. So, that character's official name is the Hero Shade or the Ancient Hero, whichever one you want to call him. I prefer the Hero Shade, but they basically mean the same guy anyways. But those last few lines sort of give you a hint as to who that character might actually be. And when this game was coming out, there was a lot of speculation around that character. However, it wasn't until they released Hyrule Historia that we got, like, confirmation, because there are two major references to the Hero Shade in Hyrule Historia. One of them just straight up says, yeah, a lot of people speculate that he is like the hero of time or something like that. The second reference, however, pretty much confirms it, because it says something along the line of, you know, the spirit of Link's ancestor, the hero of time, teaches him those secret techniques. So that basically confirms that the Hero Shade is actually the same Link from Ocarina of Time, or at least the spirit of that Link. And I mean, people have like theories at how that came to be, or why he chose to look sort of like a Stalfos or whatever. And I think one of like the major theories going around is that after Ocarina of Time, Link went to search for Navi inside of the Lost Woods, and that's sort of where Majora's Mask takes place, I believe, at the same time around that. And then afterwards, or I guess after Majora's Mask, Link was still in the Lost Woods or whatever, and eventually turned into a Stalfos, because there's that weird Kokiri girl during the Big Goron side quest that sort of mentions that a lot of people get lost in the Lost Woods and then turn into Stalfos as a result. So I think that's like one of the main theories going around. I don't believe Hyrule Historia says anything about that in the book, although I haven't actually read the entire thing, so I could be wrong or I could have missed a reference somewhere along the line. So one of you guys in the comments, I'm sure, will correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's an interesting theory. I personally don't like to believe that Link just like died in the Lost Woods, because that's kind of like lame, but I mean, it's cool to think about, I guess, and it's a nice little throwback to Ocarina of Time because, like I said, Twilight Princess is really the spiritual successor to Ocarina of Time. There's a ton of references to it in the game and just subtle things that sort of throw back to that game and make this game very interesting as a result. Anyways, back to the game at hand. So here we are on the right side of the courtyard of Hyrule Castle. Now, a lot of people consider Hyrule Castle to be the last temple of the game. I personally don't. That's why I said the Twilight Palace was the last temple. It's really just like personal preference, though. Like, I'll admit, this area does have a lot of temple aspects to it, but to me, it's just Hyrule Castle. Like, it's its own classification. It's not really a temple. It does share some elements as a temple, but I just don't classify it as one in my head. Anyways, let's come over here and grab this little, like, pulley thing. That way we can raise up this gate. And one thing that's going to be very common, at least in this section of Hyrule Castle, is just going to a new area and fighting a ton of enemies. It happens a lot, so just get used to it. And check it out. Looks like we gotta do it again, except this time it's with sort of a mini-boss of sorts. And check it out. Of course, it's none other than our good friend, King Bulblin. So he's back. I have come to play. And apparently he can talk, so that's new, I guess. Alright, so we need to fight this guy one more time. Although it's just as easy as you remember. So take advantage of, like, the backslice as much as you possibly can, because that really is the easiest way to take this guy out. Just get behind him, do a couple of slashes, and then rinse and repeat. It's really that easy. Like, all of his attacks are very, very easy to avoid since they are so slow. And most of the time you can dodge out of the way. If he does hit you, though, he does do a lot of damage. So watch out for that. Like, we learned that when we fought him back in the Gerudo Desert when I made, like, a ton of mistakes. This time around, though, I think I've learned from my mistakes. And hopefully we can just avoid, like, all of his attacks and just take him out super quickly. And dang it, dude, I kind of thought it was going to go down there. Maybe, like, one more backslice will do it. Come on, dude. Yes, there we go. Fantastic. So, we defeated him and did not even take any damage. Sweet. He looks kind of happy, though. That's kind of weird. What's he up to? Enough. So, yeah, he just gave us a small key, I guess. That's interesting. Could it be that our friend is having a change of heart? Maybe. I've followed the strongest side. That is all I have ever known. Ah, I see. So, I guess he's sort of admitting that, we're the strongest factor here. He's not really on our side, but I guess he's not going to fight us anymore. Link. He spoke. Yeah, that was kind of surprising too, kind of threw me off. Anyways, not only do you get a key for defeating him, you can also get this chest, which contains 20 rupees. Alright, so now that we got that, we pretty much want to backtrack to the main courtyard. Like, now that we have this small key, I guess technically you could go into the, like, main castle itself. However, there's still, like, the left side of the courtyard to explore, and there's some stuff over there that we can collect, although I don't think it's actually required to get through Hyrule Castle. However, of course, since I am 100% in the game, I have to go over there and get all the things that we need to collect. Shouldn't take us too long, though, and honestly, we get to see more of, like, the courtyard around the castle, which is kind of cool because I don't know, I've always loved, like, the Hyrule Castles in Zelda games and, like, exploring around them and inside them. I will admit, though, I'm not a fan of the design of, like, this Hyrule Castle. It's really weird. It's got, like, the big, like, central hub, and then, like, the pillars around it that all connect. It doesn't really look like Hyrule Castle to me. I don't know how to explain it, but, like, every other Hyrule Castle design has always been, I guess, somewhat similar, except for maybe Wind Waker's. Like, that was, like, the first, like, difference in Hyrule Castle, but even then, it still sort of looked like Hyrule Castle. Like, if you saw it in a picture, you'd be like, oh, that's Hyrule Castle. This one, on the other hand, not so much. It just looks like a random castle. Like, personally, my favorite designs of Hyrule Castle have always been the one from A Link to the Past and the one from Ocarina of Time, which are pretty much the same, I guess, from the outside, or at least, well, not really. I don't know, I can't really explain it, because, like, A Link to the Past Hyrule Castle is, like, all two-dimensional, of course, then, you know, Ocarina of Time is 3D, so I can't really tell you if they are the same layout, although they look sort of the same, and I guess that's the point, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. In this room, yeah, we got some archers, so hopefully we can take those guys out real quick, although this guy is going to be a jerk and get in my way. So now, hopefully I can take this main guy out before he gets back up. Oh, come on, please. There we go. All right, perfect. Yeah, you just want to get rid of the archers first, though, because they are the most annoying. And thankfully, these guys can't even reach me, so we can take them out. And now that they are gone, we should be good to just, like, run through here. There are a couple enemies, but you really don't need to worry about them, so I'll just, like, try and get them off my back for a second. And what you want to do, though, is make your way over to this section and sort of loop around this wall because, well, over here there are some bulls that we can ride on, and of course these things cause massive destruction, so if we just dash with one of them, yeah, we can pretty much break through like everything around here. And this is good because, oh crap, yeah, I forgot there's explosive barrels too, so try not to run into those because that's obviously not a good thing. But yeah, what you want to do is actually use the bull to break through like this section of fence, and this sort of like leads us into the next section of the courtyard. And holy crap, I forgot how hard these things are to actually control. Alright, there we go. And oh wow, we actually did break that fence. Sweet. I was thinking like we were gonna have to like charge up again, but that definitely works. So let's just avoid those archers and come through here. Now, ignore that gate for a second. We'll come back to that in a minute. For now, let's transform into a wolf. And if we turn on our senses, there's actually a dig spot over here. So if we dig down, this is going to lead us into a, well, secret area, more or less. Like, that's the best way to describe this. I'm pretty sure even if you get the dungeon map, like, this area isn't listed. I'm not entirely sure, though, because I pretty much always go here before getting the map. But, we can get ourselves another small key in this area, which will be useful later on. But again, it's totally optional. You don't really need to get it unless you're going for 100%. So, let's make our way over to this gate because there's a couple enemies over here that I want to take out first. So, let me actually get some bomb arrows, and it's a good thing that I actually did decide to stock up before coming here. And let's take out all of these skeletons. Now, something I don't think I've mentioned before is that, if you kill the skeletons and don't blow up the bones with like a bomb or something like that, they actually can come back to life. You can also use your ball and chain, I believe. And hey, check it out, back at full HP. Fantastic. Alright, so now that those guys are sort of like out of our way, we need to find a way to open up this gate. So, what you want to do is head back over to this tree because there's sort of like a rock over here. So let me grab my bombs real quick. And if we use our bombs to blow up this rock, well, underneath it, guess what we're gonna find? It is a simple switch. So let's just press this switch, and of course it's going to unlock this gate for us. Now, we're not done just yet. There's more to do in this puzzle, but first, there are some chests in here, so let's open this bad boy up and get ourselves a nice orange rupee. Not bad, not bad. And there's some more chests over here, so let's get ourselves a red rupee. And last but not least, we can get ourselves a green rupee, so I guess that technically is least. Anyways, there's a torch over here, so let's get out our lantern because we need to light this bad boy up. You can't actually fill up your lantern to my left. There's like a little tiny pot that has oil in it. But yeah, lighting that torch actually stops the rain for a little bit. So now what you want to do is haul your way over to the other side of like this area because there are two torches over here that need to be lit up. And if it's raining, the rain will sort of like extinguish the flames. So that's why you need to light that other torch first. Alright, so now that that is done, we need to take care of these enemies. So let me just come over here and, get my bomb arrows real quick to take care of the skeleton. Alright, there we go. And now, you, my friend, are going to die. Sweet. So now that he's out of our way, we'll kill these little tiny skeletons. Oh my gosh, the Great Spin is so awesome. But, yeah, inside are actually two, owl statues. So we need to bring these back towards the entrance of this room because we're going to use them as platforms to reach a higher area. And that's where the chest that contains the second small key is actually going to be. So let's just grab these guys. Doesn't really matter like which order you grab them in. So don't worry about that. But you'll see like back towards the entrance over here, there's little tiny slots that you can actually stick them in. So the game sort of like tells you exactly where you need to place them, which is really, really nice. Otherwise, you would just have to like adjust them until it looks right, and that could be problematic. Alright, so let's get this last one into place, and hopefully this enemy just like ignores us, or at least doesn't bother us until we get there, because I kind of want to stay at full HP, just so I can keep using the Great Spin, considering I kind of like lost it as soon as we entered Hyrule Castle. Anyways, now that those statues are in place, let's just hop up here, and we can use them as platforms to cross over to this next area. And this is actually where we're going to find our small key. So all we got to do now is grab onto this lever, pull it back, and there we go. There is our chest. So let's get ourselves the second small key. And this will be used for something later on inside the castle. What's up, Midna? You've gotten everything you can out here. Now get in the castle through the front door. Now, that's actually not true because there's still something more to collect. I believe Midna says that either if you collect this key or if you collect the dungeon map, considering that's actually what we're going to get next. Anyways, let's dig to the side, and that's where we can get the dungeon map. Like, you'll remember that when we first came to this area, I said, like, ignore the gate that was at the end of, like, this courtyard area. Well, now we're actually going to unlock that gate, and behind it is the chest that contains the dungeon compass. So, first things first, if you come over here, you'll notice that there are some leaves on top of what appears to be like a Triforce crest. So if we clear out all the leaves using our Gale Boomerang, you will see that there is sort of like a giant green Z in the center of the Triforce, and that's sort of your clue. So what you want to do is go and stand like directly in the center of all of these pillars. If you take your boomerang and look upward, you'll notice that there are those weird like I guess turbines on top of the pillars. So obviously what we need to do is hit them in sort of a Z formation with our Gale Boomerang, and that should unlock this gate. So hopefully I got it right. I'm pretty sure that last one was correct, and there we go, we did it. So now we can go over here and get this chest, which, like I said, contains the dungeon map. Alright, so there we go, and that is the last collectible outside of the castle. Oh, also, there's this ladder over here as well, and this is kind of like a shortcut back to the main courtyard. So another reason for unlocking that gate. This shortcut is so nice because you skip over like everything, and you just get to like walk along the walls of the castle, which is really cool as well. So let's just go along here. This is going to bring us all the way back to the entrance of the left side of the courtyard, which is nice because, yeah, all the enemies, like, respawn or whatever. So we're just going to ignore them and head straight through here. So now that we're back to the central courtyard and there's nothing left to do but go inside the castle, I think this is a good place to end off the episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.